shining through. Yeah, only because of you, because of you, because of you. The earth spins round and round on its axis because of you. Gravity and inertia held in tension because of you. If not for you, we'd all drift off into outer space. If not for you.
So what happened was we went for our walk. Oh, it was a beautiful evening, just coming up to dusk. And I said to Florrie, I said, well, it's so lovely, I think we'll go back the way we went. And she said, oh yes, that would be good. So of course we turned around and went back, and there in front of us was this bull, standing right in our path. So I thought, oh well, I'll be friendly, and I put my hand out and patted him on the nose and told him he was a lovely boy. And anyway, I thought he'd appreciate that, but apparently he didn't. And the next thing, in behind her with his horns and under her buttocks, and gave her what you'd call a buggy ride down about 2 chain. That's in our old measurements. She called out to me, she said, Pearl, she said, this is getting serious. And then he tossed her. Oh, I rushed back to her. I thought she was right behind me, but she was a wee bit behind, so I had to come back. And I grabbed hold of the bull's horns and hung on. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with him, but anyway, that's what I did. And I was hanging on to him, and he was beginning to sort of try and get at me, but I wouldn't let him by hanging on to his horns. I thought he can't get into me while I'm hanging on to him. So we did this, and Florrie got up and she took one horn and I took the other, and then she would fall down because I think she had, when he tossed her, she'd been stunned a bit. And so anyway, she would fall, and so I'd grab the other horn and hang on, and then this would go on, and she was down quite a bit. And then after about 10 minutes, we began to wonder. The more I thought about it, I thought, oh, I wonder will we get out of this? And the more I thought about it, I thought, oh, he's stronger than us. We'll tire before he does. And I said to Florrie, I said, I think we'll have to get help. And so anyway, and I said, I think you'd better go. And she said, oh, I'm not going to leave you with this. And so anyway, she decided to go, and she took a few steps and then collapsed because her legs gave under her. And I said, oh, I'm not leaving you. It was the last thing I wanted to do with her being on the ground so much. Oh, I just imagine if I go, she'll be mincemeat when I get back. And then Florrie said to me, she said, Pearl, she said, do you know what we haven't done? And I said, no, what haven't we done? She said, we haven't prayed. And I said, oh, I never thought of that. I was too busy with the bull to think about it. Oh, Lord, we don't often ask you for anything, but we do need your help this time. Please help us. And so that was that. And then Florrie at me again. She said, look, Pearl, she said, we'll have to get help. She said, we won't get out of this if we don't. So anyway, I said, all right then. And I took off. I only had one shoe on by this time. And I ran, and as I was running, that's the time I think I have prayed the most earnest prayer in all my life. I I said, oh, Lord, I was actually hysterical. And I said, oh, Lord, please, please don't let Florrie be hurt while I'm gone. Keep her safe till I get back. Here's a voice in my head, just as clear as anything. It just said to me, throw your chest over his face. Look, we want help. We've been attacked by a bull and my sister's up in the paddock. Please get help for us and get it fast. When I came into view of Florrie, there she was over his head, and I thought, at least she's alive. Oh, I was relieved. You can imagine. And anyway, I got a hold of the bull. Took him. I said, "You get off him and leave him to me." Not very brave. And I said, "Oh." I just hung on to his horns, and he was pretty vicious by this time, because he didn't like this treatment at all, being his eyes blinded. I had him, and then Florrie must have got up again, and she took one horn and I had the other, and that's when the boy appeared. He said, "Look," he said, "I'm here now, you get off and leave him to me." And we said, "We're not leaving you with this on your own." He said, "Look, I'm younger than you." And he said, "I've got the broom." He said, "I'll get out of it, but you get down over that paddock and get over that fence." So we thought, well, I suppose we'd better go. So we carried on down the hill and over, came to the fence, got through the fence, and I made one dive for the phone to ring to get help for that boy. Because, oh, my conscience was hitting me, something terrible. I thought, here's us, nearly 80. We've had our life. It should be, if there's anybody killed, it should be us. Not him, a young fellow like him. And then that hit me. That was worse than the fight, I think. Thinking of him up there and us old ladies getting off and him up there, and if he got killed, we'd never forgive ourselves. But anyway, that was as it didn't happen that way.
Has it got a claw and hoof? Does it chew the cud? If I found the blood, well, you can eat it. Has it got fins and scales? If it is a fish, if it's a tasty dish, then you can eat it. Eat it. Eat it. You can eat it. You can't eat cat, and you can't eat beagle. it got